Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Kat, welcome back to my channel, or welcome here for the first time if you're new here. I'm super happy to have you. Lately, I've put in over 50 hours of gameplay for Kynseed, and I want to share with all of you the tips and tidbits that I've learned and I wish I would have known sooner. I don't know about any of you out there, but when I first started playing this game, I felt completely overwhelmed by the insane number of things there were to do and the sheer size of the map. Some of these tips and tidbits may help with that overwhelmed feeling and may very well change this game for you if you also felt that way. You also may already know some of these, or you may not, and if that's the case, there may be some small spoilers in here for you. But regardless, I hope you enjoy the video. Feel free to like and subscribe for more Kynseed content, and let's forking do this thing. Before we even get into gameplay, I highly recommend you checking the keybinds. I found the game a lot easier and more enjoyable when I simply switched my inventory to tab. Switch the actions and keys around to ones you are more familiar and comfortable with. The game allows you the option to switch your keybinds, so why not do that to make it more easy and comfortable for you? This tip might seem pretty obvious to a lot of you, but it might not come obvious to everyone, so I figured it would be pretty good to at least mention it. While exploring the farm on day 1, you should come across a sign that informs you that Truffles the pig ate the mine key and you have to find a way to get it out. It doesn't hint towards anything, but you do have a quest to feed the pig. While exploring the farm, you should harvest all crops as they are grown and ready. After harvesting, feed Truffles the pig a cabbage. He will poop out the key for you so you don't have to sacrifice him later on in the game for the key. Doing this on day 1 also allows you to leave the farm early and explore more areas when usually you are locked in on the farm until day 2. There are a lot of things to read in this game. Some people love it and some people don't. The things you read will either be nonsensical stories or actually provide very useful information about the game, so it is pretty important you read everything. However, if you don't feel like reading an entire book, no worries, because after you've discovered it, it's stored forever and you can always access it to read it later. Don't feel like reading right now? That's fine, because you don't have to. Check your calendar religiously. Knowing what events are happening and when, and checking which active tasks you have makes things so much easier, and also provides things for you to do continuously to earn money and friendship points. Which brings me to my next topic. Accept all quests that you reasonably can and that the game will allow. This can be a great way to earn money and friendship points, as well as a great way to immerse yourself in the town and try to learn who everyone is and where to find everything. Which leads me to another point. These two mechanics are actually explained and given to you in the game on the first day, but with everything going on, it can be really easy to forget about them or miss them completely. If you are struggling to find your way around Quill to complete quests, simply go into your calendar menu, set the Thatterway for the correct quest, and press F1. This will spawn in the Thatterway, and all you have to do is simply follow it. You will need to respawn the Thatterway when loading a new area, but it's as simple as pressing F1. Now on to the control function. If you have a hard time remembering who is who, when things are ready to be harvested, or just have a hard time seeing forageables, let's face it, some blend in really well. Turning on the control function can be the game changer you've been waiting on. This will show you the statuses of growables, forageables, as well as people's names and what is written on those signs posted around Quill. Personally, for me, it gets a little annoying having it on constantly, but when I need it, it's great to know that it's there. In Kynseed, if there's a tool, there is definitely a use. And if you don't use it, it won't be able to level up. Make sure to always use your sickle to harvest your crops, and don't forget to use your slingshot to forage fruits and berries from the trees and bushes. You can also use a sickle to cut down tall grass throughout the world, making it easier to see proverbs, and also creating an easy source for seeds if using the right boon. Leveling up these tools gives helpful perks. For example, leveling up your fishing rod can increase cast distance as well as fish catching multipliers, so if there's a tool for it, make sure to use it. Fishing in Kynseed is insanely fast and easy once you get the hang of it. I have found the easiest and most successful way is to cast close to the fish you want and use F to ripple and regain the fish's attention. The game does tell you about the F function, but it did take me a bit of learning to figure out how to do this well. Showing you in action how I've been successful, I figured could prove helpful to you as well. So here you go. You are always picking up things running around Quill, so you might as well gift some of those things when you have the opportunity. Gifting NPCs is a fantastic way to earn friendship, and as you gift them, they will tell you very helpful tools about item traits or likes and dislikes of other NPCs. Most NPCs like some sort of fruit, vegetable, or berry, so it's easy and efficient to drop some off at their mailbox when passing by, or throwing one their way really quick when you run into them in town. Gifting can be a very productive way of gathering useful information that you can apply towards your business, particularly if you own an apothecary, for example, as you need to know the traits of all the herbs and flowers to create the correct remedies. When gifting an NPC, select the NPC Info button to see if you know any of their likes and dislikes. This is a faster way to see what they might like rather than flipping through all of the tabs looking for green or red icons. I have found the easiest way for me to make money is to start by selling at the market. I usually sell eggs or fish in the early days until I have enough money to purchase a dog. Once I've made 100 brass, I like to purchase the dog and run around digging up items that I can then turn around and sell to the blacksmiths. There is a limit to how much the smithy can purchase from you every day, but as a child, this was a pretty lucrative business, and you will not be disappointed in the easy cash it brings your way as you dig stuff up when running around working on other quests for even more money. Once you have your money situation looking pretty shapely, I would advise purchasing the apothecary. Why the apothecary specifically, you may ponder? Well, I have bought and worked all 3 types of stores in the beginning of the game, and early on, it seems the apothecary makes more money than the other 2 and is easier to stock, in my personal opinion. I feel like I had to do a lot less to make a profit for the apothecary, where I often lost profit for my smithy and goods stores. This may also just be because I'm better at the apothecary and a personal bias, but I did try my best to give equal love to all 3 stores, and my apothecary thrived with a lot less effort on my part. Back to the original point though, owning a business is by far the best way to earn rep. If you have your business well stocked and your workers are good at their jobs and happy, your rep will increase astronomically compared to if you were only running around doing quests. Combat may also be a good way for you to earn rep, but I unfortunately suck at the combat in this game, so I don't usually get much rep from it. When I first started working the apothecary, I had a very hard time figuring out the cream and potion minigames. It took me a lot of time to figure them out. Let me go ahead and break down for you what I figured out quick and simple. When in the cream minigame, add 7 and 9 drops from the left burner while stirring, then place your beaker on the right and let it fill until perfect while also remembering to stir. You may have to go back and forth once or twice depending upon thickness, but this is how I've had success. For the potions, when you are extracting the juices from your herbs or ingredients, make sure you pay attention to the color of the liquid that comes out. This color is going to be the same color of smoke that will appear once the ingredient is added. Using this knowledge, you can prepare the correct additive beforehand, allowing for faster and better quality potion making. Are you tired of trying to level up in your skills and having to go to the master to see what you still need to turn in? Well, the game provides you with the option to check what is needed for skill building by pressing K. This will bring up a menu that shows you your skill progression, your achievements in the game, as well as other miscellaneous stats, like how many fish you've caught and things you've successfully unalived in combat. After you become an adult and have already gotten the Kynseed and had your first real visit with Mr. Fairweather, I highly recommend going back to him and getting an additional item. Personally, I think the time sacrifice is worth both the rootway and the clock. The rootway will make traveling so much easier. Yes, without this, you do have the goddess statues, but you can run out of apples quick come winter. I also think that grabbing the clock is worth it because it becomes so much easier to run your business and get things done timely when you don't have to think too hard about what time it is or worry about having to pick up another dandelion. When I first started playing, I was giving the Brounie bowl some pretty solid items, mainly carrots and vegetables I was growing on the farm, until I realized you can just throw a dandelion in there. Dandelions are abundant throughout the world, and you have the opportunity to pick up a dozen a day at least. Why throw your hard-earned crops at him when instead you could get rid of one of the hundreds of dandelions you've picked up? Do you feel so slow all the time running around the world? Do you wish you could drink a coffee for a speed boost like you would in Stardew Valley? Well, look no further, because instead of yummy coffee, Kynseed presents to you the Weed Skimmer. This fish can be found in abundance in ponds all around Quill, and when eaten, gives you a bit of a speed buff. Definitely useful to know if you are impatient and need to get everywhere fast, much like I do. You can also feed this to your pets for an additional speed boost when riding them. With that last tip, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close. I hope you learned something new and helpful, and if not, at least enjoyed relating to the struggles of learning this game. If you liked, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Kynseed content, and drop a comment down below. I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!